Remembered that my grandmother made a tomato butter, and the spices she used were the same as in an apple butter, and you used it the same way. So that year I experimented with tomato apple ketchup and gave it as Christmas gifts, and friends and family loved it. The next year they asked for more, and through the year asked for more. By the third year, enough friends and family were asking for it and encouraging me to put it on the market that I thought I'd give it a try. I wondered about money, and I talked with my lawyer about which way was the best to go, to borrow money or to get investors right off. And his advice from the very beginning was, if I could start without investor money, I'd be better off. I would be better off to bring investor money in later on in the game, and then I'd be able to ask for more control. He sent me to Randolph National Bank and advised me to go for an SBA loan. He was certain that being a minority woman in the state of Vermont, I wouldn't have any trouble securing an SBA loan. I believe when I started thinking of the company, I was thinking $10,000, but as I was going through the process of a business plan and a marketing plan, the numbers continued to rise, which was pretty scary. At that point, with the completion of the business plan, we realized that we needed $25,000 to start. That's what we were asking for in the SBA loan. The SBA denied our loan. They didn't think that we had a marketable product. I was terrified. I knew that I knew in my soul that this product would go, that it was time for a gourmet ketchup. So I went to my family. I went to my husband's family, and I went to friends. One of the things I've learned is you ask a lot from family and friends when you're starting a small business. I remember a couple of times I'd present my case, and a couple of times when it was all over, I'd be in tears. Tears from relief, tears from the frustration of asking, and tears for the gratefulness that I felt in them supporting me and saying, sure, I'll help with this. And from $500 to $2,000 came in from each person I asked. But when we started, we had $7,500, and $1,500 of it was from the bank, so I was able to raise $6,000. I wrote an informal promissory note, or IOU, for this money. No one wanted their money back in any set period of time, but they did want to know that their money would be returned either in the form of shares or in the event the business was sold or folded, and then it was to be paid back immediately. And no one asked for interest. That was enough to buy my first load of vegetables and my first load of glass, and rent Cherry Hill Cannery, and start to pay for my labels. And then every weekend after that, we were doing production or on the road selling the product so that we could do the next production. The Vermont State Ag Department took us to our first food show. I had been in business maybe 3 months, and I was labeling my product in the parking lot to get it in. I ended up with a picture on the front page of the New York Times in covering the show, along with 2 other Vermont companies. I had just a couple of paragraphs about my ketchup, but that is what made me a creditable company. Looking back on it today, I'm glad I didn't get the $25,000. It's been a harder struggle to grow this business, but I know this business inside and out. And if you had the money at your fingertips, you probably would opt to spend the money than to spend an extra 2 or 3 hours. We spend the time. and hope that this business will pay us back for the time that we've spent in putting out a quality product.